So, good news, we're still in the top 6, top 5 even, and we're still in an incredibly good run of form. Bad news, 4 players are injured. One of them's our backup left back, which is fine. One of them is one of our starting midfielders. The other 2 are both of our strikers. Hi there guys, and welcome to Season 1, Episode 5 of Let's Go Hammers. I'm Stubo. Thank you very much for joining me in this episode. If you are enjoying the series so far, and if you do indeed like this video as well, please consider leaving a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel as well for more Football Manager awesomeness. Since you were last with me, we're still doing very well. Very, very well indeed. The last time I think you saw us was the Brentford game, which we squeezed past Brentford 2-1 in. I remember thinking at that point we need to be a bit careful because we're kind of labelling ourselves a little bit as the comeback kids. That continued in this game. It was completely and utterly the most boring game in the world, really. Liverpool were battering us completely, I think, if I remember correctly. I might be thinking of another game here, but I do believe that they are on top. Yes, they were. They were on top. And then Oxlade-Chamberlain did score, put us behind. And then I'm going to show you a highlight of Mikel Antonio missing an open goal and just completely messing up an opportunity. However, all was not lost because Amine Gouiri does not have such problems. For some reason, the game doesn't want to show me it, but we'll click on watch goals and we'll watch the whole thing together if the game intends to load. That's a lot of nonsense on the screen. That's concerning. We'll just wait for this to load. So this was the goal that Oxlade-Chamberlain scored. Ball comes out to Origi on the wing, crosses it in, and Chamberlain just smashes it in. Now, I've already shown you the goal that wasn't from Mikel Antonio, but Gouiri does an even better job of doing it here. Goes around the keeper, taps it in, and it's 1-1. And we're thinking, okay, we're going to get this penalties. And then in the 93rd minute, this happens. Kufal gets it up, Gouiri knocks it down, and Mikel Antonio makes up for that horrible, horrible, horrible stuffed chance that he had. And we do end up winning the game 2-1. So we're through to the next round of the Carabao Cup, which is glorious. It is against, I think it's already been drawn, yeah, Fulham, quarter-final, all the way in December. So, happy, happy days. We then went on and drew against Wolves. Again. Comeback kids. I think that's going to be our nickname in this save because we keep going down and we keep having to rescue things. Adama Traore scores in the 81st minute, but Issa Diop scoring from a corner in the 89th minute, bailing us out. And again, I'm saying all of this in terms of it's bad. We're still on a very good run of form. We haven't lost since that game against Manchester City, so it is still going very well indeed. We then went to Rapid Vienna and we won 1-0. Thomas Soucek scoring the goal. Nothing really that eventful other than Masuaku getting injured and temporarily leaving us with no left backs whatsoever. We did give him an injection and he did play in this game here, as you can see, against Everton, which we did win. Again, another comeback. We concede an early goal and then we pump goals past the opponents. It just seems to be the pattern at the moment. Benrahma and Alvarado saving us. And then this game. So, at some point, I think it was the Rapid Vienna game. No, it was the Everton game, I think. Yeah, Everton game. Amine Gouiri gets injured. So does Mikel Antonio. Currently, at the moment, we don't have a proper striker. We're currently playing Rodrigo up front. We will be for the episode. Yeah, that could be a bit of a problem. But this game was insane. We actually went ahead through Said Benrahma, who there was a corner or a cross. I can't remember which one it was. But ball comes in. There's a scramble around the goal mouth, and Benrahma's the one who taps it home. Granit Xhaka and Takahiro Tomiyasu then score in the second half. All of the action happening in the second half. Tomiyatsu's winner, as it looks, was in the 91st minute. But Said Benrahma says, no, sir, no, sir. And from across, the ball gets spilled, and Said Benrahma is there to pounce and gets us a 2-2 draw at the last minute, which was glorious. So we did end up drawing, and all of that means we're still in 5th. I don't know how. Bearing in mind, we're looking for top half of the table this season. That is what we're looking for. Having said that, in my head, I'm thinking that's Europa League. 5th place is beautiful. If we can continue in this general area here, I will be very, very happy. But I don't know whether we will be able to. But those are the games that we played since you were last with me. They've given me some heart problems, I'll tell you that right now. But enough of that nonsense. You're here to see the game against Frankfurt, and this is the 11 we're going to be taking to it. We have rotated the team a little bit. I've decided at some point during the save that Lucas Fabianski is my #1 goalkeeper because Areola keeps making some really poor save decisions. But Areola is going to play today. We've already qualified for the next round, so it almost doesn't really matter at this point. There's going to be Areola in goal, Johnson, Dawson, Metham and Cresswell in defence, Rice and Noble in the midfield, with Alvarado, Fornals and Benrahma supporting Rodrigo up front. Now, Souček was one of the 4 players I mentioned in the intro who was injured. He is actually back fit now. So we don't need to worry too much about him. He's on the bench. He's probably not going to play, but we have got him on the bench. But as you can see, Masuaku injured, but it timed just around the point where Cresswell came fit again. We had an international break, which helped with that as well. So Cresswell is now fit. He is back in the starting 11. Hopefully, he can get back to the form he was in before his injury, which was exceptional. But then Michail Antonio and Amine Guerrero both being injured. I mean, they've only scored 8 goals between them in all competitions. And they've created 4 goals between them as well. So I'm not overly worried about the fact that they're not available. It's more the fact that we don't really have any cover. At the moment, we have got this guy, Kamari Simon Sawyer, I think that is. He is our backup striker at the moment because at the moment, Rodrigo is our starting striker. I do think Benrahma and Alvarado can play there if we needed them to. Benrahma can and Alvarado cannot, so it's Benrahma. We have got Benrahma, and I think maybe it's Vlasic who I was thinking of. It is Vlasic. So we do have options if we need to have another person playing as a striker. Christ, I hope we don't. But we're a bit thin on the ground in the forward department. But enough of that nonsense. We're going to get into the game now. It is going to be West Ham versus Frankfurt at the London Stadium in the Europa League. Let's go. It's a weird game, this one, because I think the pressure is mostly off of us. Obviously, we want to win the game, and if we win this game, I think we go to 15 points, I think that will be. So that will confirm us as the top of the group as well. There is a slight chance that if we don't win or lose this game, that I think it's more if we lose this game. If we lose this game and Napoli win theirs, Napoli could top us in the group. But I do think it is one of those that everything has to kind of go wrong a little bit for that to happen. But Frankfurt's starting a little bit better than we have, although Cresswell with the free kick gets it to Chris Metham. There's a scramble in the box, and Declan Rice scores a very rare goal. It's his 2nd of the season. That's the perfect start. Remember, we smashed Frankfurt in the first game. It was either 5 or 6-1. I can't remember which one it is. I'm sure Future Stu will put it up on the screen for me now. It was a very, very good game, and we're hoping we can have the same thing happen here. I was going to have a look at what the other game was doing at the moment, but I can't because it's disappeared. Ball's flicked on by the Frankfurt player, but we managed to get it back. I don't know why Benrahma was back defending. He really shouldn't have been, but it's not the end of the world. Cresswell whips it in. He was looking for Alvarado at that far post. Couldn't quite find him. Declan Rice now looking to do something. He's been absolutely taken out there, but I do think this is going to be a free kick. I'm not seeing this being a penalty. The referee is having a chat with the man in his ear, but I don't think it's going to be given. Wow. Okay. I'm a bit surprised at that. I didn't think that was going to be a penalty in any way, shape or form, but it is going to be Mark Noble to step up. And Kevin Trapp went the right way, and I think he got his hands on it, but it didn't matter because Kevin Trapp couldn't trap the ball there. Hey. We scored a penalty. What am I going to say? I can't help myself sometimes. 2-0. Marvellous. We don't need no stinking strikers. We might as well be playing strikerless at this point with Rodrigo up front. He's not having to do anything, which is just as well, really, because he's not having the best of games at 6.5. Ben Johnson not having a good game as well, but it's fine. It's okay. He's not long come back from injury as well. We're good value for this 2-0 lead, but they're not exactly out of the game, really, so we do have to be a little bit careful, and we'll just pat everyone on the head. We'll say we're very happy. I am just going to have a quick nose at the team. Ben Johnson, I mean, let's change him to a support, because I feel like that's something I've forgotten to do. He prefers to be a fullback on support, so I'll tell you what, let's play to his strengths. Let's put him as a fullback on support and see if that helps him out. Maybe it will. And Rodrigo. I mean, I feel sorry for him because he's being asked to do a job that isn't his at the moment. So, tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go at a little bit higher tempo. We're going to try and shock them a little bit in this second half. Go at them a little bit. And we'll just see whether we can use that and maybe convert it into a third goal and a better performance from Rodrigo, hopefully. You watch, it'll backfire now and we'll lose 3-2. If that's foreshadowing, I'm sure I will have mentioned it. Rodrigo's in here and Rodrigo puts it wide. I mean, to be fair, if it was Guiri, I would not bet my house on it, but I would say he's got a good chance at putting it in the back of the net. If it's Antonio, the same thing probably would have happened. So at the moment, Rodrigo's having as good a game up front as Michail Antonio, just without the occasional wonder goal, which he likes to score. Yeah, that wasn't a great finish. It reinforces my opinion that we need to do something about our striker situation. We've got a lot of wingers at the club. Somehow that's ended up happening. So maybe we move one of those on, and maybe we invest that money in a proper striker. They've had a lot of chances in this second half. I think turning up the tempo has not had the effect that we wanted it to, so we're going to drop it back down. We're going to go back to that. Take that off. I'm going to move that down as well. We're just going to drop the intensity a little bit. That definitely didn't have the desired effects that I was hoping it would. Soucek, we're not even going to bother with. We're actually going to bring Kral on, give him a bit of football. Ben Johnson will keep on for the game. A 6.5 is not the end of the world, but Rodrigo's not having a good game. We're going to bring Vlasic on. And we've still got another substitution, but we'll leave it at that. I just realised I left the game going while I've been doing all of that. So hopefully... I mean, if we got a goal off this highlight, that'd be fantastic. Probably won't, though. Right, Fornals, Rodrigo, Benrahma, Alvarado. Couldn't get through, but Fornals gets the ball back. No ball now. Lovely little touch, and it's flicked over. Oh, if we had a decent striker with decent movement in the team, that could have been lovely. We've had a very, very... I was going to say very good second half. It's been okay. It's not been spectacular. We've kept our advantage over them. Definitely. Right, Fornals or Cresswell? I think it's got to be Cresswell because these are currently only first choice left back. So we do have to be a little bit careful with him. He prefers to be on attack. He's definitely not being on attack. But we will give Longello an appearance in the Europa League. We'll drop a bit of praise on the team as well because they have played very well, bless them. And we will see this game out. And that... I think, if my maths is correct, which I believe it is, cements our place as winners of the group, which is delightful. Very nice victory indeed. Like I said before, we don't need no stinking strikers, although we need to have a chat with Rodrigo, because, I'm not going to lie, we need him to perform a little bit better than that, if I'm being completely honest with you. This is really squished. I mean, I did add this in, that's why it's really squished. So we'll just have a bit of a chat with him. Just tell him that last game was awful. And he agrees. That's marvellous. I mean, the main thing is we qualify top of the group. And we've got a bye in the first knockout round as a result. That's even better. I think we've done very well. When you look at that group, Napoli, Frankfurt and Vienna, I thought Napoli and Frankfurt were going to be two very difficult games. As it turns out, we've battered every single team that's come our way. I think, actually, have we had a 100% record in the Europa League? Europa League, we won 5-1. Europa League, we won 6-1. Europa League, we won 2-0. Europa League, we won 1-0. Europa League, we won 2-0. A 100% record in the Europa. I mean, that first half of the season is just spectacular. But what West Ham are in this game, like, I'm not talking about real life here. Genuinely spectacular first half of the season. The Alvarado wants to have a talk about this, but genuinely, he just played in the last game. I don't know what he's upset about. But we've told him we're going to try and play him more. But that was pretty spectacular. Right, I'm just going to carry on talking and just do all of this. I will see you guys at the Manchester United game. I'm sure this run won't end there. I'm sure of it. Help. Please, send help. And just like that, we are back and we are ready for the Manchester United game. I say ready. I'm not ready for this in the slightest, not ready at all. Since we were last with you, we have played one more game, and that one more game is the one against Leeds United, which we finished with a 1-0 victory, which was lovely, lovely stuff. I'm not going to lie. Bit of a scrappy game. We had the better of the possession, but chances were fairly equal. They had better XG than us, but it's another really bad game from Rodrigo as a striker. But we won the game. That's the main thing. It's Alvarado who got the goal. It was a counter-attacking goal. Ben Rama was kind of near the halfway line, launched it over. Alvarado beat the defence and just slotted it. Didn't even slot it, actually. Just chips it over the goalkeeper. So it was a wonderful sight to behold. And that got us another win, which, where does that put us in the Premier League? That puts us, we're still in 5th. So we're 1 point behind Chelsea with a game in hand. So if we won this game, we would actually go back into the top 4. We'd go as high as 3rd if we won this game. We're probably not going to win this game. But imagine if we did. We're not going to win this game. Anyway, 11 against Manchester United. Before I go with the 11, we've gone to a 4-3-3 with a holding midfielder. We used this against Liverpool, I think. Can't remember. We've used it against a couple of teams. Arsenal was one of them, and it has worked. It has provided a bit more defensive stability, and it's been good enough going forward as well. So we're going to go with it again. So, starting 11, Fabianski in goal, Kufal, Diop, Zuma, and Cresswell in defence. Rice, Soucek, and Fornals as the midfield 3, with Bowen and Alvarado out wide, with Rodrigo up front. Rodrigo has definitely not been impressing me in that position. We are going to have a quick chat with him and just say, there we go, we'll do that. It's a bit harsh on him because I know he's covering there at the moment when we could play Vlasic, we could play Bowen, we could play, probably not Alvarado, someone else. We could play a couple of other guys there. But at the moment, he feels like the best option. So we're going to continue with him. He's the one who feels like he's the most natural to that position. And hopefully he can do a good job. So with all of that said, prepare to see us get battered. Let's go. Okay, so it's us against an unstoppable Manchester United team who've scored a ridiculous amount of goals. We have Cristiano Ronaldo in their team. And we don't have either of our first two, well, either of the 2 strikers that we have at the club. Not even our first 2 strikers, either of the 2 strikers that we have. What could possibly go wrong? I have no idea. We're just going to see what happens in this game. If we lose, we lose. It is what it is. However, to begin with, I have to say, we're giving them a good fight. We've had more opportunities. We've got a higher XG. It's not by a lot. We've actually had more possession as well. So I can't see that lasting as the game goes on. But we've given them a good run for their money to begin with. And we're making them do a lot of running, actually. We're keeping up with them. But we are making them run around quite a bit. And we've had a highlightless first half. They didn't edge the chances towards the end of that half. But I'm really proud of us. We've got through to half-time without conceding a goal. We went on top for a little bit, and according to the XG match story, they have gone on top at the end. I am very proud of the team. Lads. Point the finger. Keep that up. Yes, boys. Bowen and Rodrigo are not having the best of games, so I do feel like we maybe should make a change. We've got a few tired legs out here as well, which we do need to keep an eye on. I mean, we can't do striker, so let's ignore Rodrigo. He's going to have to deal with it. I think we could bring on, because Ben Rama's injured, so we haven't got him on the bench. So I'm thinking we could bring Vlasic on, and then we move these 2 around. So Vlasic is on the left, Alvarado on the right. I'm thinking that could be something that could help, possibly. Alvarado scored from that position in the last game. I mean, Vlasic wasn't the one on the wing, but you never know. He could do a job there. In fact, I've got buyer's remorse. It's not going to be Vlasic. It's going to be Hadji. I feel like Hadji's the one we should be putting there. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll play Hadji and hope he can do something for us there. That sounds like a good plan to me. We'll just give him a little pat on the head and say, go and make me proud, lads. Go and make me proud. Let's see how this half goes. I mean, I'll take a highlightless game if it means that we don't drop any points. It would be great, because this point would be enough to put us into the top 4. And we've got a highlight, and it's a Manchester United highlight, and the ball is cleared out. It's going to be a throw into Manchester United. Is that the highlight, or is it going to continue? It's going to continue, I was going to say. Now, if we can get the ball and run up the other ends on this highlight, it would be fantastic. What an attempt that was by Jesse Lingard. Former West Ham United player, Jesse Lingard. Maybe we go in for him in January. Maybe we bring him back to the club again. Maybe we do that. Right. Substitute o'clock. We've got a lot of players who are not having good games, but I don't really care as long as we don't drop points here. I mean, if we lose, we lose, but we're giving it a good go at the moment. We really are. I think we put Hadji out on the right-hand side, and we'll bring on Vlasic now for Alvarado. Alvarado is tiring. No, we're not going to do that. No, we are going to do that. Yeah, because he's tired. I'd rather have the energy on the pitch. Right, we're going to keep Hadji on here. We're going to put Rodrigo out on the right-hand side because he has been effective over there. And we're going to give Vlasic a go as a deep line forward on attack. And we're going to see whether he can do something there. I'm going to leave my final trick for now. It might be Soucek. It might be Kufal. It might even be Kurt Zouma. Let's go with that and see how we go. Drop a bit of encouragement to the boys. I'm so proud of them to go this far into the game. Whatever happens, I'm proud of them because they have done. They did really well in that first half, giving as good as they've got. And then as the game has gone on, they have kind of tied down a little bit. That was a woeful ball from Kurt Zouma, though. That wasn't good. That wasn't good in the slightest. I am getting tempted to change the tactics to a bit more of a high tempo one. I know we're tiring, but I just want to see if we can get at them. What a ball that is. And Mason Greenwood. What a goal that is by Mason Greenwood. Oh, it just makes you sick, doesn't it? Oh, man. Maguire has the ball. He gets it out wide to Marcus Rashford. Rashford pings the ball. I don't know which of the defenders that is. I've got a feeling it was Zouma. It might. I don't know if it was Zouma or Diop. I've got a feeling it might have been Diop, actually. Just caught napping there. Just caught napping. We're going to change tactics because if we can get back into the game, there's no reason not to try. Can't really go 2 up top. I mean, we could go 2 up top. We could put do this. Yeah, I think we might do this. One of those. The game's kind of gone now, so we might as well just have a bit of a play and see what we can get out of it. We'll stay on our feet, raise the line up. We're going to go back to narrow. That's frustrating because we were doing so well defensively. I'm going to go crazy. We're going to go on attack as well. Let's just see if we can put a bit of a shock into the system. A free kick from Hadji. Hadji whips it in. Diop's there. Oh, Diop had the chance. Cresswell, Hadji. Hadji's getting into the box. Hadji whips it in. I have to be quiet because people are asleep. Nikola Vlasic gets the equaliser. Right, cancel all those instructions. We're not doing any of that nonsense. Oh my word. Cresswell gets it to Hadji. Hadji forces himself into the box. He goes past his man. He hasn't got a lot of pace, but he gets the assist. And Vlasic, playing up front, makes it 1-1. And we are going to make that final change. But Dawson in defence. We're going to have Kurt Zouma go out wide. He's going to go out there as a fullback on support. I think that's the wisest thing to do. And we're going to actually change Soucek onto a defensive instruction. And Fornals can go back to being supporting. And we'll just do that, and we'll have Rodrigo trying to get the ball. I think we're going to do that. Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. Oh, my word. Boys, just hold on. Just hold on. Don't do anything rash. Don't do anything silly. I can't believe we've just got that equaliser. Right, they clear the ball. They get it up to Mason Greenwood. Plays it back to Cristiano Ronaldo. They must have swapped Ronaldo out to the right wing. Because Mason Greenwood's now up front. I don't think they were that way around when we started the game. Embarrassment of riches at Manchester United. It really is. Right, Van der Beek getting more... Oh, Mason Greenwood's in. Mason Greenwood's in. Mason Greenwood's in. This Manchester United team are ridiculous. They are absolutely overpowered to the nth degree. Demand more. We're going to go attacking. We are going to change the formation. There's nothing worse than when you think you've salvaged something and then you get a gut punch. Don't tell me Hadji's going to whip it in. Declan Rice! Hadji! Oh, it's a poor cross from Hadji. Oh, it was a poor cross from Ianis Hadji. And that, we had a chance there and we didn't take it. I'm not disappointed. I'm not disappointed with that. We went into this game knowing United were going to be trouble. We have to be proud of our performance there. We came back, as we have done in many games this season. We tried to go back into the game. We did at one point. They just hit us with a sucker punch. It's Mason Greenwood. He's so good in this game. I've seen so many other FM saves where he's been so good so far in this game cycle. I mean, I'm not disappointed with that whatsoever. We'll do the press conference very quickly. That was a little bit frustrating to do it in that manner. But again, I called it beforehand. We were not going to win that game. The fact that we're still in 5th, though, is insane. We've got Crystal Palace who are under a bit of pressure next. I think Crystal Palace are not... Oh, that's not what I want to click on. Crystal Palace aren't doing very well. The 19th, they're not doing well at all. So Patrick Vieira's in a little bit of a pickle, and we're hopefully going to capitalise on that and bounce back. That is the plan. We will be back. I think I said before we'll come back for the Liverpool game in the Premier League at the end of the month. This one here. I think I'm going to stand by that. We're going to do that. So I'm going to play all of these games off camera. We'll play through January and we'll pick a couple of games as we go. I'm looking at... I don't really know. Maybe the FA Cup. We'll play the first FA Cup game of the season. If we get past Fulham, maybe we'll do one of the Carabao Cup games as well. We'll make it a 3-game transfer special. That sounds like a plan to me. Oh, before we go, actually, there was one thing I was going to show you. We actually sold a player. Darren Randolph going to Roma for £2 million. I know you're probably thinking, well, he was your third-choice goalkeeper. We do have another third-choice goalkeeper in the name of David Martin. He is like 34, 35 or something like that. 35 years old. He's actually one of our goalkeeping coaches. So I just thought, we've got him as a third choice. That'll do. And we'll sort that situation out in the summer. We've sold him. We've moved him on, which is all glorious. And we've also... I don't know how to find this now. If I type in youth, will it come up? So we've actually got a couple of things going. So we've got youth facilities work, and I think junior coaching is another one. There we go, junior coach budgeting. So we're trying to get as much of our youth stuff off the grounds and as good as it possibly can. So fingers crossed we'll be able to do that. But I think we're going to leave the episode there. So thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the episode, again, please leave a like on it and consider subscribing to the channel as well. Let me know in the comments what you think, what you're liking about the episodes, what you're not liking, what you'd like to see from me in terms of other series as well. I've got a few things in mind to do. Maybe not necessarily alongside this. If I've got the free time to, I might. But something as well that's a little bit different. I've got a couple of ideas for that. So let me know in the comments if you have anything in mind. But with all of that said, thank you very much. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care and bye-bye for now.